Now you're going to get the third rule. And as I said, there are only three. This, by the way, is a heart level. That means these things could be anywhere, but I think they're on the first half of your worksheet. What's the first sound, or the first spelling for the sound k? First spelling for ol. First spelling for I. First spelling for m. Now, there are these things that don't make sounds. On your worksheets, there was always this thing I said looked like a screen door or something. That doesn't make a sound, but it still has a spelling. On the bottom row of your decoding chart, see this long row of things down here that's got A, B, C, D all the way along, and just like in a long row on the bottom of the decoding chart. It has, first of all, this is not color-coded, which means it's white. So look in the white area of that, you know, that bottom strip on the decoding chart. Look in the white area. This is a little triangle that's white on one side and black on the other. Is there a letter below that on the decoding chart? B? Okay, let's see. Yeah, it was this one. See, it was a triangle, and half of it was white and half of it was black, and had a B underneath, because that's just the silent letter row. Okay. Because sometimes there are these letters that appear in words that don't make any sounds. They're just coded like that. Let's finish this one out. What's this? The first spelling for I. First spelling for t. Okay. This says climate. All right. Now, I don't know how well you can see that, but as an example, I like this worksheet example anyway, because the worksheets, when they're composed, are meant to have an answer that goes along with them. If a child, for example, see there's, I don't know how well it shows, that's supposed to be a tree and that's supposed to be a flower. Well, when the child's doing this worksheet, what happens if the child circles the flower and you go to child and child says, my mother won't let me climb trees, but a ladybug can climb a flower? Is that the right answer? Right. Regardless of what the composer of the worksheet may have had in mind, the point isn't what the worksheet's expecting. It's did the child read? And if the child read, circling either one of those is okay. You know, the point of the program is reading and writing, and not did you guess what the illustrator had in mind when the pictures were drawn. Now, what I want you to do for a few minutes is at your stations, Richard and I have put some worksheets on your stations. I want you either alone or in pairs. Pairs can also be threes. We won't worry about the mathematics behind that. To do a couple of worksheets.
Oh, that's if, but which one?
No,
it's a white one, so it's I. E. That was the G. G.
And that must be.
Okay. Well, that's what some of my plants look like.
Yeah.
Especially when we get back.
We do the rotation. Yeah, we're going to do rotations. At the end of the rotations.
Oh, I'm getting so smart here. I bet that's Sue. Sue, and there's two O's. Oh, he's I remember. I got this wrong. Yellow level too. I, and then there's the I hope nobody saw my mistake. I remember he's the Z. That's an H. Oh, what was he?
The picture packet station now picks up. These are called transition cards. These are now written out. I can read you this one pretty quickly. I'll sound it out for you. It says the rope is tight. The picture packet station will get these cards, which of course go with the same pictures that are already there. And I will mention that like, when the students are using these in class, initially when they're using these, the students are at the transition level, of course they read the sounds they already know. Because these are introduced at the same time the transition activities are beginning. It's only after the transition activities have been going for a while that the students begin choosing which of these they read on their own, whether they're reading the sounds or the words underneath. But it ends up that they kind of choose the words underneath and look up at the sounds only when they need to. The transitions books were already introduced at the phrase level. The book station tends not to get any new activities until the students have begun writing their own materials, which is something we discussed in a little bit anyway, because the students begin creative writing and will provide books for the book station. At the stamping station, for the students who are at the transition level, begin these activities. They come in 4 levels. They come in A, B, C, and D. On this page, there are 5 words. It looks like there are more words. If I had the words on here written in ways we would recognize it, you might see it was 5 times and the 5 times and all that other kind of stuff. It's my view that comprehension should be going on all the time, that comprehension and reading are one. There's some words, however, it's hard to match a picture up to, like the. So there's some words you simply need to learn to read or to write. These are worksheets filled with the and, and only and things like that. A child takes a worksheet like this. Say this is worksheet A1. It's not, but say it is. The child does worksheet A1. Oh, doing them is like looking at the word, taking the decoding chart, and writing the word underneath. So they might write me or an or if, all those different things, right? Me, and, if, lots of times. After the child's done worksheet A1 and worksheet A2, child gets test strip. Takes test strip to other child and says, read me these words. It's then the child who's taken the test's responsibility to write them all down spelled correctly. Now, at the worksheet station is doing what you were already doing. Gather your materials, rotate, do all that stuff, and we'll see what happens.
I think it says yellow. Isn't it yellow written in there?
And this one, this is the variation, EA. But he didn't put a number on it.
Yeah, each of these has different ways of being written. You only do that when you're writing it, when you're stamping it out. You don't need to know that when you're...
See, at the other station, we were writing.
Right, that's me.
But in the reading, then we don't have that.
You need to know that dog growling could be R or ER or...
Dance. She can dance. The tire is his. The tire is his. Oh, the tire is his. Help him. Yeah, help him walk.
Santa Claus.
Copycat.
That's not soft.